Time, well, I say morning time, but sorry, around 12 right now, and I'm just irritated, like I'm really pissed off. This Saira Khan girl is always talking, she's just always talking, and 24/7, the majority of the stuff that comes out of her mind and her mouth is purely illogical, doesn't make any sense, and it's just utter gibberish, and it really pisses me off. It's just like, why are you always talking?
Okay, but the thing is, they don't.
But the
have
other
to,
royals
because,
don't travel
because
privately.
They don't have to.
They don't have to.
So when the public come out and say, well, you know what, I think that's a bit hypocritical, they can't then turn around and say to us, but hold on a minute. They can't say, well, that's racism because you're talking about Meghan in that way. It's not. We're talking about you as a couple because we don't feel what you did was right.
Yes,
so not everything.
But they're not having affairs with everybody like in the rest of the royal family. That's what gets me. We're talking to...
Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hope you guys are doing well today. If you haven't already, click that button for daily and consistent content. Head over to my Instagram, Murad_Murali. Subscribe, and let's get into this video. I wanted to just make this into a bit of a rant kind of issue related video because she was on Loose Women. I think she's a presenter as well with the other 3 to 4 ladies, and there she is, kind of defending racist people. And the reason why I say this now, and I'm going to get into this, she is making a point talking about how people who slam Meghan Markle, they're not really racist. People who are environmental, protesters are seeing her taking jets and planes, and therefore they have a right to call that out. Nobody is saying, who said that if people who are environmental protesters want to call out Meghan for taking these jets, that they're immediately racist? Who said that? Who said it? I don't understand. Who said it? That's not what we're talking about here. I've had bad vibes from this girl since the day she was on Apprentice. Like, I just did not like her. I feel like she just wants to the proximity to whiteness that I get from the vibes that I get from this girl is absolute nonsense. And the reason why I say this is because she's screaming about how she's a woman of color, she's been through racism. Let me read what this heifer is saying, because she says, she says, as a woman of colour who works in the media over the years, I've had to deal with my share of dealing with racism from some viewers on social media, from decision makers, but I didn't quit, run away, and just drop my responsibilities. The best way to deal with people is to stick it out, show them your ability, and surround yourself with people who love. How can you compare your experience of racism that you have received in the 70s, 80s, 90s, 20s, 10s, child, whatever, I don't even know, to Meghan Markle, who is a part of a royal member family, who is on every single newspaper? How can you compare each other in terms of your racist experiences? Number one, you cannot, because nobody even knew you back then. Yes, you're entitled to talk about your experiences of racism, and yes, perhaps you went through severe experiences of racism, but in comparison to people, Meghan Markle, who is a royal, who is everywhere globally, everybody knows who she is, you can't compare them both, and you're saying that she should just stick it out. Number one. Number two, you express as a woman of color. You cannot use your experiences as a brown, female, and the race experiences that you have gone through and use that to dictate people who are mixed race or black and experiences that they go through. It's different. You have different experiences. Some people don't have that many experiences of racism as brown males, brown females, as opposed to black males and black females. So what are you talking about? I don't understand. You're constantly using comparison units when you cannot compare them. It's incomparable, because you're talking about experiences that are directly related to you, and then using that to apply it to Meghan Markle when both of you are completely different people. The variables are very different when it comes to the surroundings and the environment, so therefore your comparisons are completely inconclusive and inaccurate. So I don't know why you're screaming and just talking. I don't know why you're just talking. I don't understand. This girl's always talking just the most, and it's just so irritating. I feel like she just wants to be close to such a proximity of whiteness, and I get this vibe from her all the damn time, and I just find it so jarring and irritating. And I just feel like you're using excuses, you're using reasons that simply don't make any sense. How can you compare your experiences to racism in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 10s, 20s, I don't even know, prehistoric dinosaur time, I don't even know, using that particular time to compare it to Meghan Markle now, what she's receiving? Number one, social media wasn't even active in your time era to what it is right now, number one. Number two, she's a royal. She is, on every newspaper all over the world, globally. Everybody knows who she is. So how are you using your experiences and comparing it to that? I don't understand. This is why I say, why are you talking? It doesn't make any sense. There is no doubt that there has been coverage of Meghan Markle which has been blatantly racist, but not everyone who has criticized her is racist. Who has said this? Who has said that if everybody who criticizes Meghan Markle immediately becomes racist? Who has said that? Nobody is saying that. What we're discussing, the topic of discussion in the last few weeks, is that the majority of critique that has happened for Meghan Markle the same energy isn't there for Kate Middleton. The same energy isn't there in the papers. There is institutionalized racism. Not every single little thing you're going to say about Meghan Markle that you don't like immediately makes you racist. But at the same time, subconscious racism is very present in society today when it comes to conditioning. And I just feel like that in itself wasn't even mastered within this conversation either. And evidently, you know, there is a heavy amount of racism for Meghan Markle because of the criticism that she receives is far more than it is for Kate Middleton or any other royal. And I wonder why that would be. So how dumb and illiterate can you be? I don't understand. This is why I say, why are you talking? Why are you talking for me just means, why are you, like, it doesn't mean that you can't have an opinion or talk or be entitled, but it just means that what you're saying is utter gibberish. And for all you think I'm being flaky and saying to keep my white masters happy and naive and a coconut, you know who you are. That is being racist. Just because you are racist, your person of color does not mean you can't be racist. I never let a racist get to me, but I get to them, live my best life. Ultimately, it all boils down to jealousy. They hate what you have. Oh, here we go. There we go with they hate what you have. Nobody hates what you have. Nobody even knows who you are. If you weren't on the show, nobody would even know who you were. Child, you had a show on CBeebies or back in the day and you were on The Apprentice. So let's get it straight, please. Nobody is begging to be jealous of you or know who you are. Yeah, like, I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense. The arguments that she's putting out, nobody's even expressing that, and she keeps using inaccurate comparisons, and I find it just to be she's just jarring, man. She's just so jarring. Like, I'm just over it, man. Sometimes she just talks so much inaccurate and it's illogical nonsense. Let me know what your thoughts are when it comes to this video. Please do let me know. Comment down below, because I'm just not here for it. I'm really not right now. I'm just genuinely not. Let me know. Subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.